what Sugano has more than Eflin, he's going to have more of a plethora of pitches, and that's what he's going to need. Now, I think then what we want to talk about, you mentioned Jon Morosi, and Jon Morosi talked about the move, and Jon has spent a lot of time really following Japanese baseball specifically. So let's play that clip of what Jon Morosi thinks that this move can do for the Orioles and for Sugano entering a highly competitive AL East.
Tomoyuki Sugano is a Baltimore Oriole, and it's difficult to imagine a pitcher who would arrive to the American League East with more experience for this immense task of facing the top competition in Major League Baseball. Sugano, a longtime ace pitcher of the Yomiuri Giants in NPB. He's actually on a mural that you see as you approach the field at the Tokyo Dome. That's how important he is to Giants history. He reminds me a bit of Hiroki Kuroda, who, like Sugano, arrived to MLB in his 30s. Kuroda was a very valued member of the Dodgers and Yankees. Surely the Orioles would love to see Sugano pitch as effectively as Kuroda once did.
That's a great job by Jon, as always, explaining and expressing and giving context to the situation. Now, for everyone that's going out there, because Zach, I've been asked this, wait, this is supposed to be the Orioles' big get, the big ace? No, not at all. Now, if you want to look at his track record, you have to be excited with the upside given what the deal is. 1 year, $13 million for the market is a really good deal. Now, where does he slot in? To me, he probably slots in, Zach, as anywhere from being a third to fifth starter. He's a guy that, again, knows how to pitch. But the one thing that we have to watch is, all right, you've had success at the highest level over in Japan. You've had success in the World Baseball Classic. But the one thing that I will at least caution in the World Baseball Classic, that's spring training for a lot of guys, for a lot of players trying to get ready. And the next thing is, you're coming to the America and you're going to be facing big league rosters day in and day out. Again, that's no knock to the competition over in Japan. It is one of the best leagues in baseball, but now you're going to be getting the best of the best each and every night. And then specifically in the AL East, I mean, look, it's going to be a place where Boston is going to be retooled. New York is going to be a team contending. And it just seems like Tampa Bay is always in the mix. Toronto, we know Toronto's been up and down, but it's going to be up there, Zach, once again, for being the most talented division. But I like that Jon mentioned that. He's a veteran and he's savvy. And if there's one thing at least that's going to help Sugano coming into this situation is going to be the fact that he has probably seen so much that he's not going to be wavered by the stress and the ups and downs because he's been a pitcher for so long with so much success.
Yeah, and a guy that if you want to, I know Jon mentioned Kuroda, and, that comparison, the guy that more recently I kind of want to talk about is Shota Imanaga from last year, goes from the NPB over to Major League Baseball, and a lot of the same questions at the time, a 30-year-old pitcher, everyone's talking about the same thing like this year. Everyone last year, where's Yamamoto going to go? Where's Yamamoto going to go? This year, it's where's Sasaki going to go? Where's he going? And Shota kind of flew under the radar, goes to the Cubs, 29 games pitched, only gives up a 1.02 whip, a 2.91 ERA. So just because a guy, like you said, it's kind of unknown what he's going to be like when he gets to Major League Baseball. That doesn't mean, he's never pitched in the majors, his ERA is going to triple. That's not all. These guys do come over and see immediate success. So that's really where, I see a lot of similarities, as well as, hey, this isn't a guy I know people want to talk like there's so much uncertainty. Yeah, to a degree, but he has played top competition. It's a very good league that he's in. I really enjoy the idea of what he can mean to this rotation because, Ryan, what's something we talked about prior? this team felt young last year,
Mhm.
a little too young. You need that experience. And that's why I love what John brought up about that. If you're going to get a guy that you're going to throw into the AL East, he's got to have experience.
No doubt about it. And look, there's variability of what could happen here in this move. But having at least a guy that's been around does help. But the different situation, though, here, that Zach, is there's going to be a little bit more pressure because of where the team is and because of the division that they're going to be in. So I'm really excited to see what happens. But again, fans, for all the Orioles, this isn't the end-all move. I would be shocked if this is the end-all move. There's things that you have to continue to do. And the last thing we'll say on this before going to burner number 2 is you look at a pitching staff that develops over time. Dean Kramer really came on in the second half last year. And really, you can say the year before. He's learning how to be a pro. He's 1 year older. Grayson Rodriguez, the biggest thing for him is health. If he stays healthy, you're seeing the evolution of a guy that can be a upper echelon, top tier pitcher. And then obviously, you know where Kyle Bradish is, and you just hope he can get back after surgery. If he can, you're looking at guys. Oh, and by the way, the anchor and veteran, Zach Eflin, you feel really solid about that. And then it's going to depend on some of the other guys, Cade Povich, Chase McDermott. Cross that bridge when it gets there. But for Baltimore, you're in a good position. You add depth. And as much as people want to hate this, though, Zach, Trevor Rogers is the wild card where I think there was comments that Elias said that weren't encouraging at all. To be honest, when you hear that your pitcher ran out of gas, that doesn't feel good when you traded for him. But there is hope if a guy can get right, and a guy that was so good early on in his career like Trevor Rogers, now you're looking at a team that it can at least withstand some of the ups and downs. But I think the Orioles are not done yet. We'll get into that later in the show. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. This is the MLB Hot Stove Happy Hour brought to you by our friends over at Adams Jeep of Maryland in Aberdeen.